Sounds pretty epic.
Hello, and welcome to the Warrior Arts Renaissance Show, where you give us hard questions and we give you solid answers. I'm your host, Dr. Philip Payne. My co-hosts at large are Shaoshi Raymond Pridgeon, Master Josh Slater, Master Don Holmes, Master Eric Allfield, and Master Tom Meredith. The Warrior Arts Renaissance Show is a production of Payne Unlimited LLC, and any proceeds will go to support the Ezra Foundation in its ongoing effort to end human trafficking worldwide. With that said, grab you a drink and pull up a chair to the table of the masters. Lend us your ear.
I would like to say that the name for the show, the Warriors Renaissance, or is it martial arts?
Warrior Arts Renaissance Show, yeah.
Warrior Arts Renaissance. That sticks out for me personally because as a modern day professional warrior, I can say that over time, especially the last couple decades, professional warriors have changed. The mindsets, warrior mindset has changed, and going back to the school ways is important.
Can you elaborate on that? I mean, I think I know where you're going because of some of the work that I do or have done. Some of the individuals and professional warriors, as you put it, that I've provided training for. I think I know where you're going, but I'd like to hear your perspective. What's your take on that?
So in my small time, limited time in the armed forces, younger veterans or younger members of the I don't know those younger warriors out here, they have a different way of processing things than even veterans from war that just happened a couple decades ago. Not to mention warriors that lived in feudal Japan or villages of Europe. It's younger. The new generations of warriors have a less honorable way of thinking, processing things, and it's sad to see my peers and even warriors that are older than me, that I could call my elders. Some of them, they walk the walk, but they don't. They talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. Preach the old ways, even if they don't understand. They don't realize they're preaching the old ways, but then they turn around and live the old ways, as in like honorable things, and it saddens. Like the Marine Corps prides itself in being a brotherhood, and I know for a fact that any one of my Marines under me in my squad per se would take a bullet for me if need be. But I don't know if they do it because we're both Marines, or if they do it because it's just the right thing to do on the behalf of another human being. And I think the ancient warriors, I would like to believe that they would, take an arrow or, step in front of a blade for their comrade because it's the right thing to do on behalf of another human being. That's what it, to me, that's what it means to be a warrior. Because that's just the warrior way, is to be, like the Marine Corps still has, the 3 virtues: honor, courage, commitment. And we pride ourselves in those virtues because of the warrior traditions that we have. But modern warriors, I'm not just talking about Marine Corps, I'm talking about the other branches, the police officers back home, and any other type of, I guess, security force or any other type of warrior, modern day warrior. I don't know if a lot of us have the right heart behind what we do. And I would hope and pray that that would change. That would go back to what it means, what it means to walk the path of a warrior. And so I appreciate the renaissance of this podcast, because it's high time that my generation, especially, wake up and learn the old ways. It's high time to fix the chain, and because if it doesn't happen, then the chain, every link's going to get weaker when it comes to virtues. While helping teach my own sisters, when I would take them out into the dojo, especially Kaylee, when she decided to take up the martial arts, I sit her down and I explained to her, as her older brother, that this is not it's not a game to walk the path of a warrior. It's a life, and I feel like that's an important lesson that every martial artist and professional warrior needs to learn, is that it's not just a job. It's not just it's not just a job. It's not just a game. It's a way of life, and we will remember that.
You're reminding me of a story. I'm sure I've told you this 100 times, but the people listening probably haven't heard it, so I'm going to share it. It's recorded in the book Black Elk Speaks. Black Elk was a Lakota Sioux. He was a cousin of some sort. I forget what degree. I don't know if it was first cousin, second cousin, what, to the man we know as Crazy Horse, and several of the other Lakota war chiefs of that time period were related to him by blood. And he tells the story in his autobiography that when Crazy Horse was a child, when he was an infant, something happened. His mother's milk stopped, or she didn't produce any to begin with, or something like that. And so rather than let him die, all of the women of the tribe who had infant children took turns nursing him until he was old enough to eat solid food. And Black Elk talks in his book about Crazy Horse. He became the fiercest and most dedicated warrior of the Lakota, because when he fought, when all the other warriors fought, they fought for their immediate family, their wife, their children, their parents, whatever. Crazy Horse didn't fight to save his mother. He fought to save every mother in the tribe because they were all a mother to him. And Black Elk talks about part of what happened, the why the Lakota were eventually overrun, and just the terrible things that happened to them were able to be done, was because all of the other Lakota warriors lost sight of the fact that every woman in the tribe was somebody's mother. And I think what you're describing about not just the Marine Corps, but professional warriors as a whole, as you say, they've come to look at it as a job, and it is a job. It's a hard job. Okay, it's not for the faint of heart, but that's because there has to be a sort of a calling to it. And I think what you're describing that needs to happen is exactly what Black Elk was looking back and saying he wished had happened to the warriors in his tribe. That they could have had that remembrance, that recognition, that renaissance of going back and grasping the fact that it wasn't about just the immediate family. It was about the whole tribe. And for the professional warrior, whether it's a police officer, it's not about the a certain class of people. It shouldn't be about a certain part of the job. It should be about preserving the safety of the entire community. If you're in the military, preserving the safety of every citizen. Um, I think it. You may be very young, but you've hit on something that a very old man, in his wisdom, recorded as one of the most important things he'd ever learned.
The reason why, at least I've been told this by some of my superiors throughout my training, that there's a reason why we have name tapes. For those that don't know what name tapes are, they're the thing on the military uniforms that show your last name and the name of the branch that you serve in, usually on your chest. So for my uniform, the U.S. Marine Corps on the left side above my heart, and it has the eagle of an anchor below it. Then it has my last name on the right side. And we were told, it was reinforced throughout boot camp for my platoon, probably for many other platoons throughout boot camp, and also various MCT, that it's because there's two that we are fighting to protect every day within as a Marine. We're fighting for our own legacy, which is our last name, and our family being symbolized through that last name. But we're also fighting for the Corps itself and the United States. But I don't think people, the Marines and probably other branches of professional warriors take it to heart what that actually means. And I think, man's name? I believe, like you said, I think that's what he was, the modern, like, saying what he was trying to get at. Because when people ask me, I've been asked multiple times why I joined the Marine Corps, and jokingly say to make sure that the Nazis don't rise up again. To make but to enact violence because I want to make sure I want to be part of the reason of making sure that the world is a safe place for my loved ones. That goes to include not my family, but my friends and my every connection that I've made throughout my short life. So I just the younger generation of warriors out there will learn this as well.
I'm afraid that's all the time we have for this podcast, folks. Be sure to tune in next time where we will resume this conversation right where we left off. Until then, keep kicking. And remember to support our sponsor, the Ezra Foundation, in its ongoing effort to end human trafficking worldwide.
Sounds pretty epic.